Hello everybody. Hope you are doing really well. This is CA Supreet Agrawal, your faculty for AA, AAA and law subjects. So I welcome you all to this session where we are going to discuss about what should be your strategy in the last few days for September 2026 attempt, how you should cover the syllabus, how you should practice the questions, what resources you should refer to, and how you should ultimately prepare for your September 2026 attempt. So my dear friends, let's just wait for a quick update on whether I'm properly audible and visible or not, and then we will quickly start with this session. Yes, very good evening, very good evening, very good evening. This is a live session, so yes, very good evening everybody. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, I can check that I am audible and visible clearly. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay. So very good evening everybody. Hope you all are doing really well. Now our today's agenda is to discuss about what resources you should refer to in the last few days for your September 2026 attempt, how you should divide your day by day schedule, and what are the particular resources for AA and AAA that you should refer to. And at the end, whatever questions you might have regarding your preparation, please do let me know in the chat box. So as of now, what I'll be doing is I will first of all tell you about the overall resources that you should cover. So first thing today is the resource discussion, the resources that you should refer to and you should cover. Then the second thing that we are going to discuss today is going to be the AA and AAA strategy for September 2026 attempt. And the third thing that we are going to do today, so my dear friends, I am going away for little some time when I'm writing on this so that you can clearly see it. So double in AAA strategy for September 2026 attempt. Then I'm also going to tell you about certain free resources that you should refer to. Okay, certain free resources. This would be particularly for AA and AAA. And then we are going to conduct a Q&A session as well. So whatever queries you might have, you can feel free to post it right now also on the chat box, and then at the end I would be happy to refer them and then answer each one for you. So now let's start with our discussion for today. My dear friends, let's first of all discuss about the resources that you should cover. A lot of students face this issue that they are not clear about what resources they should refer to for their ACCA preparation, and specifically when there are 30 to 40 days left exactly on the timeline that we are sitting right now for September 2026 attempt. A lot of students face this issue that they are not clear about what they should refer, what resources they should refer to, and they end up using a lot of resources that do not give them the sufficient and the proper knowledge that they should have. So let's first start with what resources you should refer to. So number one, I'm assuming that you're not studying from any institute, then what resources you should refer to, and if you're studying with any institute, then what resources you should refer to. My dear friends, first thing, if you're not studying with any particular institute, then your preparation should start with ACCA Study Hub. The Study Hub has been created very beautifully by the ACCA body, and it has all the relevant content that you should refer to clear your particular paper. Okay, this is not just for AA or AAA, it is for all papers. Now after the ACCA Study Hub understanding, there are practice questions. There are practice questions available for all chapters, for all subjects. There are practice questions that are available. So you should refer to what? You should refer to the practice questions after you have done the concept understanding from ACCA Study Hub. Then the third thing that you should do after this, just in case there are technical articles, available, then you should refer to that so that you have a proper understanding about the current issues, the developments, and certain answer writing language that you should have. My dear friends, after this, a very important resource that a lot of students miss out on is the examiner report. See, I have also uploaded certain videos on examiner report. You can find on this particular YouTube channel only. Examiner reports are very important. You should analyze it for all the available attempts. So it is generally available for 5 to 6 attempts, and you should read it carefully, you should analyze it carefully to not repeat the mistakes that has already been repeated by the past students, and you should use their knowledge, their experience to increase your score in the examination. After this, my dear friends, I would say pre-scene is very important, specifically for your own attempt. Okay, so this attempt plus last attempts also, Sir, are we going to solve it on this YouTube channel? Yes. Now, these are the resources that you should refer to at least. Okay, there are many more resources, there are flashcards also, there are other additional questions also, but these are the minimum thing that you should particularly cover before appearing for your examination. Now if we add a little bit of flavor of the coaching institute, that you are registered with a coaching institute also, then what should be added to it? Before the ACCA study hub, you can refer to the summary notes. Sir, do you provide the summary notes? Yes, my dear friends, I also provide the summary notes. There are all the relevant links that are being mentioned in the description box of this particular video. Go through them. Just in case you miss out on anything, please feel free to join a WhatsApp group as well. There's a specific WhatsApp group that is created and it is free for all ACCA students, and you can just post a message over there. My team would be happy to share the summary notes, the question banks, as well as the revision videos, the marathons with you. So this is the summary notes, my dear friends. Now if you have studied with any particular institute and they are providing you any marathon or revision sessions, then you should refer to that before going for the ACCA study hub also. At this stage, I am assuming that you have already studied ACCA study hub once at least. So marathon or revision sessions. Okay, this is very important, my dear friends. After all this, somewhere here, when you have done the summary notes, marathon revision sessions, ACCA study hub, practice questions and technical articles, somewhere here you should appear for mock test 1. Mock test 1. And then after you have done all of this, then here somewhere here you should appear for your mock test 2. So is it important for us to appear for the block wise test also? That is particularly dependent on your preparation, how you want to prepare and what is the level of preparation, how much is the time left in your particular preparation. But even if you are sitting right now, after studying the technical articles, you should ideally appear for 1 mock test. Okay, do not wait for the last week to prepare for the mock test and then to appear for it, because you should always have the time to prepare for it as well, to improve your mistakes as well. That is very important. Then pre-scene, after pre-scene you should appear for another mock test. That should be your resource understanding, that should be for your AA and AAA. My dear friends, please confirm me on the chat box if this is clear or any questions so far. If you have any questions so far, please feel free to let me know. Yes, I can read your chats right now. Yes. Yes, I can read your chats right now. Do let me know. Is it clear or there is some confusion, some question that you might have? Please feel free to let me know. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, very clear. Thank you. So this was about the resources. Okay, now let's come to the second point, which is AA and AAA strategy. So let me tell you the exact strategy that you should have for AA as well as for AAA. My dear friends, let's start with AA first. Let's start with AA first. When we talk about AA as a subject, so as per the ACCA study hub, there are particularly approx 31 chapters, right? 31 chapters, right? Now what you should do is you should ideally divide these chapters into 3 categories: chapter 1 to 10, then chapter 11 to say 21, and then, sir, why 21, why not 20? Let me tell you, then 22 to 31. Why so? Because here when you cover chapter number 1 to 10, you will majorly be covering about the basics, ethics and risk management majorly. Okay, when you talk from chapter number 11 to chapter number 21, you will majorly be covering about what? About the internal controls, internal audit, internal controls, internal audit, and then you will be covering about audit evidences, which is the 500 series. Now when we talk about chapter 22 to chapter 31, you will majorly be covering about the audit procedures, and then you will be covering about the completion, review, etc., going concern, etc., completion, review and reporting, right? So this becomes very important for you to understand. Now first thing first, you should divide your syllabus into 3 parts. The 3 parts that I have mentioned over here, you should ideally divide your syllabus into these 3 parts. Once you have divided your syllabus into these 3 parts, Number one is you should refer to the summary notes. Sir, can we get your summary notes? Yes, my dear friends, you can get my summary notes also. Just join the WhatsApp group that is mentioned in the description box. I will be happy to share it with you. So summary notes here. Okay. Then after this, you should go for the study hub reading. Then after this, practice questions. Can I get your question bank also? Of course you can get, don't worry about it. Okay. Now after this, once you have done the practice questions as well, now it is very important for you to appear for one mock test over here, my dear friends. One mock test over here. Okay. Now similar cycle should be followed for this. So what should be the day by day basic day by day dividation? So I'm assuming that you have covered your syllabus once at least, except for few chapters. Say few chapters are left, that's not a major worry for us, but majorly you have covered your syllabus by now. So if that is the case, then you should ideally divide your case for two types of students. Okay, number one is that student who has not studied well till now. Okay, so for them what I would suggest is that you should first of all have a complete understanding. So sir, can we get your marathon session? Yes, my dear friends, it's mentioned in the description box also. There's a marathon session of 9.5 hours which is available on YouTube only, so don't worry about it. Okay, so can we get your summary notes? Yes. You can get my question bank? Yes. That is very important for all of us. After this, how you should study it is, after you have watched the marathon session, after you have gone through the summary notes, then you should ideally jump on solving the questions, and you should complete all of this maximum by 15th of August. So by 15th of August, you should have what? You should have done the marathon. You should have done the question solving for major chapters. And then what you should do is you should have appeared for test, at least one test. Okay, that is very important. Now talking about that particular student who has already prepared a lot. Okay, they are at a very good stage of their preparation, they have already completed it. My dear friends, the plan would be a slightly different plan for you because you have already done a lot of hard work. So now what you should do is, first of all, you should have a quick revision. Okay, quick revision of the concepts. By what? By 10th of August. Okay, by 10th August. Then between 11th to 15th August, you should appear for two mock tests. So why two? So that you can identify your mistakes better, and then you should go ahead and improve those mistakes as well. So what we should do from 15th to 30th? Why I'm not considering the first week of September? Because that is an extra time, and let us just use it for more revision, more question solving. Okay, so 15th to 30th, if you have any other material also, say BPP, Kaplan, and you want to solve certain questions from that, you can go ahead, don't worry about it. But first, before completing the ACC study hub, you should not move forward. After that, you can refer to these resources as well, whatever you have. If you have both, you can solve the questions of both. If you do not have it, do not worry about it. ACC study hub is also properly sufficient. Are we clear about AA? Are we clear about AA? Can we move to AAA now? Are we clear about AA? Can we move to AAA now? My dear friends, if you're liking this video, do hit the like button, do share it with your other ACCA buddies as well, and do join the WhatsApp group as well as subscribe to this channel for more information, because from now on I am going to launch a lot of question solving videos, a lot of strategy videos for all of you, so that you can clear your September 2026 attempt. And my dear friends, I assure you, if you follow all of these guidelines, I am very sure that you will be clearing your September 2026 attempt, and you will be coming here on the day of the result and will be telling me that so your revision videos, your question solving, and your particular summary notes have helped us clear AA and AAA with flying colors. Yes. Sir, did it happen earlier also? Yes. Now let's go for AAA. So why are you scribbling like this? You could have written in a better writing also, right? But I'm scribbling just to save your time. I'm being very quick so that you save your time here. Now, my dear friends, let's talk about AAA as a subject. When we talk about AAA as a subject, what is very important to understand is that total number of chapters are 20, right? Chapters are 20. If we divide it into multiple parts, the first part would be about chapter 1 to 6. Okay, so what is this? So this is basic, introduction, and money laundering, ethics, and quality management. Then Oh. Now, when we talk about chapter 7 to chapter 13, this majorly talks about planning, procedures, audit procedures, evidences, completion and review, reporting, etc. Then when we talk about chapter 14 to 20, this talks about review, engagements. Then it talks about PFI, forensic accounting and auditing, very important, right? So all of this, etc. And social and sustainability standards and all of this is very, very important. Again, very important for all of you. What you have to understand here is whenever we go for any of the chapter of AAA, what you should ideally follow is that you should have a ready plan with you. So do you have a marathon for this? Yes, I have a marathon for this. The link is being mentioned in the description box. It is a 6.5-hour marathon for all of you. So can we get the summary notes? Absolutely. Can we get the question bank? Absolutely. Right. So I'll share the PDFs with you in the WhatsApp group. Just join the WhatsApp group right now. Now, after this, what you should ideally follow is you should have a clear understanding about which chapters are very, very important for your examination. So let me tell you certain important chapters. So why you didn't tell this for AA? Because in AA, I cannot identify the important chapters. That is very important for you to understand. Because see, in case of AA, the questions could be asked from anywhere. Of course, ethics are important, identification of risk is important, but still we cannot take chance. In case of AAA, there are 3 questions. So a lot of times the questions gets repeated from the concept point of view. So number 1 is chapter 2. Chapter 2 is very, very important. Chapter 3, ethics is very important. Chapter 7 is very important. Then when we talk about chapter 12 and 13, they are important. And plus forensic accounting, PFI and forensic. These chapters are very, very important for you. So these are certain important chapters that you should refer to very ideally, very appropriately before appearing for your AAA paper. Now, sir, what about the question solving part? So generally, I'm not saying that this is the only truth that has been observed. So question one is generally asked from planning stage. Major part, planning majorly. Okay, so out of the 50-mark question, generally 20, 25, 24 marks question is given for the planning stage. Then question 2 or 3, one such question is asked from completion and review stage, and one question is asked ideally from what? From other assignments, chapter 14 to 20. Okay, and other chapters are tested as part of case studies and questions. So ideally for other chapters, separate case studies are not asked, but they are made part of the same case studies. Okay, so that is very, very important for all of us to understand. Now with this, what we have done is we have particularly covered what the AA and AAA strategy also. Now free resources. So sir, for AA as well as for AAA, what you can get from my end, you can get the summary notes PDF version. I'll just show you how it looks. Then can you get the question bank? Absolutely, you can get the question bank also. Sir, can we get the marathon also? Yes, you can get the marathon also. For AA, the marathon is of 9.5 hours. For AAA, the marathon is of 6.5 hours. So we assume that AAA should have been longer. No, in case of AAA, I could maintain the speed because a lot of times you guys already have the basics cleared. So I have assumed there that you already have your basics clear, and then I have proceeded further. So that is why the lesser chapters, the lesser understanding, the speed is little faster, right? So that is what is very, very important for you. Okay, so with this we have covered the free resources section also. Now let us jump to the last part, which is the Q&A session. Yes, my dear friends, hit your questions now. I would love to answer each one. Yes, please tell me, what are your questions? Yes. Please tell me, what are your questions? I would love to answer every question there is. Yes. Yes. Tell me. And if you like this video, just hit the like button, share it with all your ACCA students as well, because this is not just for double in AAA. The resources part is very important for all ACCA papers. If any student faces any trouble in any of the papers, they can connect to my team. We have faculties for all the subjects and they will be able to help you. Yes, any questions so far? Any questions? It could be for anything. Do let me know. Any questions? If you don't have any questions, then I'm done with my part and I could specifically leave this session right here. Yes, tell me. Any particular question, my dear friends? Yes. Any particular question? Okay, so thank you so much here. I don't think anybody has any questions. Just in case if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on the WhatsApp group as well. I would be happy to help you. All the very best for your September 2026 attempt. In this particular channel, we are going to launch a lot of question solving videos for AA as well as for AAA. So do subscribe this channel and make sure that you share it with your other ACCA aspirants as well. All the very best. See you in the upcoming sessions. All the very best.